Welcome to Amsterdam and welcome to IBC 2023 featuring SmallRig. Not everyone can make it out to these big expos where new camera gear is announced. So today I want to take you through some of my favorite products and moments from IBC 2023. So of course we're gonna go ahead and start off with the SmallRig booth since I am out here helping host, and there are a few new products, starting off with their brand new RC60B bicolor light, 2700 Kelvin up to 6500 Kelvin. But the most unique part about this bicolor light is the fact that it has an internal battery. So this thing can run at 100% for up to 40 minutes. That is my favorite part about this thing. It's super light, it's super compact. I'm super excited to get this in my hands. And the next thing we've got is an updated version of SmallRig's very popular V-mount battery. So obviously you've already seen on my Sony a7S III camera rig, I've been rocking the 155 battery. There's the 50, 99, and 155, and now SmallRig released an updated version, an upgraded version of their VB99 batteries. This is the VB99 Pro. Basically, it's got an updated metal housing. It's got even more I/O ports with an additional USB-C port and better throughput, giving you max wattage out to all of your devices that you're charging and powering concurrently. Super neat update. On top of that, this has been out for a little bit, but I haven't really talked about it yet. These are USB-C rechargeable camera batteries. So everything for Sony cameras, Canon, Fuji, Nikon. Basically, it's your normal OEM-like camera batteries, except for the fact that it has a USB-C port, which means that you can charge these batteries when you're on the go without bringing a dedicated charger with you. And here's one of my favorite things. SmallRig has also created the same thing, but for the MPF series battery. This is a 970 battery, right? This is what you would normally use to power your monitor or your lights. Well, same deal here. You can use a USB-C power delivery cable to charge up this battery on the go when you're in a pinch. But on top of that, with the 970 battery, this also does USB-C out, meaning you can use this battery now to charge your other accessories, not just, your traditional slot in, but instead you can also charge things like your phone or lights, whatever you're really thinking of. And there's a USB-A out as well. Sony released a new free app for the FX30, FX3, and FX6 that will allow you to monitor and control your camera using an iOS or Android device. This app will let you monitor and control your camera and also adjust settings straight from your phone, like exposure, focus, waveform, and so much more. This app will also support the Sony Burano and the a7S III in a later update. Speaking of new apps, Blackmagic also released a new free app called Blackmagic Cam, allowing for full manual control of your phone camera and even allowing you to record 10-bit Apple ProRes files up to 4K resolution internally. It lets you do everything from applying LUTs to managing external microphones to anamorphic lens de-squeezing. If you're someone who shoots often on your phone, this is an app you're going to want to check out. It's been a nice surprise getting the chance to play with a bunch of gear. This actually right here is the brand new GFX100 Mark II. This is a medium format camera that shoots 100 megapixels. Really what this is for photographers that shoot, giant prints, billboards, big commercial campaigns. So you're talking about high fashion, you're talking about product photography. This is a super cool camera. Not only that, it's also a super powerful video camera that can shoot at 8K. This is quite an impressive camera. If you've been enjoying the music of today's video, then I've got a special treat for you that you don't want to skip. As you know, Audiio is the platform that I've been using to license music and sound effects for our videos, and it's going to be one that's filled with authentic sounding music that's going to upgrade your video production. So far, I've been able to find one banger after another for my edits. Regardless of the tone of your videos, Audiio has the perfect soundtrack for your next video. But that's not what I'm talking about when I said I had a special treat for you. See, we all know that Audiio has the cheapest monthly subscription for a music licensing platform, but nobody loves paying a monthly subscription. So Audiio said, why don't you just pay one time for a lifetime of music licensing? That means unlimited access to their entire library with new music and sound effects added daily. With licensing, you can use on YouTube videos, podcasts, films, or even client work. Now, the lifetime membership normally costs $499, but if you use the code DavidZhao199, you can get it for $199. That's a discount of $300. So if you want to upgrade your edits today and make your last music licensing purchase, check out the links in the description down below and use code DavidZhao199 at checkout. So these are the new NiSi Athena Prime lenses. These are in the budget cine lens world, but here's the thing. At $1,000 a pop, these actually, based on early reviews, come out to be maybe the higher end of the budget cinema line. Based on early reviews, like from DSLR Video Shooter, the optical quality seems to be absolutely top-notch, and I'm super excited to get these in my hands and start shooting some test footage with them. Another set of really interesting lenses is going to be this lens set by Samyang called the VAF series. It's a video autofocus lens series where the real key focus here is that all the lenses are kind of uniform, similar weight, same dimensions. I haven't had a chance to take a look at the optical quality and design, but so far from what I've seen, it seems really interesting. It also has a very specific, interesting trait here, which is that all of these lenses have an electronic connection point at the front, which allows you to connect this electronic lens hood, which is so different from anything I've ever seen before. When you add this lens hood to the top, the manual focus ring becomes an aperture ring, and you now add an additional manual focus ring to the front. On top of that, what's really cool about this lens is the fact that it has a tally light on both the manual focus hood and on the side of the lens as well. So if your camera like the A7S III doesn't have a tally light, well, now you can add one to it. On top of that, a super interesting thing is the anamorphic adapter. Let me get that for you for a second. So this isn't released yet, but basically similar concept. You can add this adapter to the front of the VAF lenses, and it's definitely hefty. But what's really interesting is this turns your lens, a spherical lens, into an anamorphic lens with autofocus. I think that's super clever, and I'm super excited to see when this comes out and if I can get my hands on a set so I can get a review for you guys. Over at the Laowa booth, we've got a few interesting new releases. One of them is this anamorphic adapter. It's a 1.33 squeeze anamorphic adapter that you can squeeze onto their current nanomorph lens set, which lets you turn this 1.5x anamorphic squeeze lens into a 2x anamorphic squeeze lens, which is super interesting. And what I just heard was that you can actually use this anamorphic adapter on top of their Ranger CineZoom series to turn those CineZooms into anamorphic zoom lenses. That's kind of nuts. Also, for anyone who's interested in those CineZoom sets, I know we currently had, what was it, the 28 to 75 and the 75 to 180 that we recently reviewed on the channel. Now they're also going to be releasing sometime soon a 16 to 30 millimeter CineZoom. So now you're going to have a full set from 16 millimeters all the way up to 180 millimeters. And of course, you can't really think about Laowa these days without thinking about their probe lens. And if you haven't seen it yet already, this is their second iteration of the probe lens. They still make their straight probe lens, but they also make this angled probe lens now that you can really use in a super interesting configuration with motion control to get incredibly unique shots that, like you couldn't before with the original probe lens, now you can get even more incredibly unique shots. The best part about shows like IBC and NAB is getting the opportunity to get your hands on new products to get a feel for them, like being able to play with the brand new Sony Burano. While that wraps up IBC 2023, I still had one more day in the Netherlands, and Chungda, the amazing guy that he is, said that he'd give me a tour around Amsterdam and
Zaanse
where I got to be a tourist and enjoy the sights that the area had to offer. Run that by me again, what'd you say?
So every McDonald's around the world has their own kind of specific burger. So if you're in the Netherlands, get the McCroquette.
This is very important information to me. I eat McDonald's everywhere, all the time. I'm not really proud of it, but it is who I am. All right, here's the McCroquette. Time for a review. So it looks like a, kind of looks like a McChicken. I mean, it looks like a patty of deep fried something. That's hot.
The inside is like a goulash.
For McDonald's rating, I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. Seriously, huge shout out to Chungda for being behind the camera for this video and for being a tour guide and showing me around the city. If you're into filmmaking content, make sure to check out his YouTube channel. He's got some great stuff. Oh, and then this happened. We had a mishap. Chungda.
Yeah.
What happened?
So what I think what happened was I flew up and we were at a square which didn't have much wind. Flew up, and it rotated and just probably did like an auto kill switch it and just dropped down and dropped into the water.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that video as much as I enjoyed this trip. hit that like and subscribe button if you're a real one, and leave it in the comment section down below on what your favorite moment was of this video. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.